With YouTube demonetizing independent media, please consider becoming a patron today for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and for those of you who follow this channel, you know that I'm a big fan of JJ Abrams' Cloverfield, as well as the Cloververse as a whole, and I very much have wanted there to be a lot more with it, right? I heard rumors, or no, I heard the story that the writers of A Quiet Place had thought about trying to integrate it into the Cloverfield mythos, which I think is a wonderful idea. I hope they do it with the sequel, because what we thought we were going to be getting this fall in terms of Cloverfield 4, with the Overlords movie, which was talked about over a year ago, it turns out that is actually not the case. And that's sad, because JJ Abrams had some pre-taped remarks for CinemaCon where he says that Overlord is in fact not a Cloverfield movie. And I'm wondering how much of this has to do with really how Cloverfield Paradox did. I have a feeling a lot has to do with that. Now, it says, contrary to rumors, JJ Abrams said Overlord will not be the fourth film in the Cloverfield series. Instead, the horror film about World War II soldiers who find out that the Nazis are using supernatural forces and engaging in gruesome experiments will be Bad Robot's first R-rated movie. He says it's batshit crazy. That sounds batshit crazy. It sounds kind of like Hellboy, like the opening of Hellboy, but just like continued from that, which, hey, I'm okay with that. I would love to see more of that explored. Now, the Overlord footage lived up to the hump. But fans of the popular horror series need not fear. Abrams said that we're actually developing a true dedicated Cloverfield sequel, and unlike most recent films in the series, which was sold to Netflix, this one will screen in theaters. And again, the deal for Cloverfield Paradox is interesting when you look at it. So the movie cost $40 million to produce. Obviously, it was not shot as a Cloverfield movie. It was only added in later on during post-production, but the movie still was $40 million. They sold it to Netflix for $50 million. Paramount still technically came out on top without having to drop, prints and advertising. But the idea there essentially is that the movie would not have probably grossed the $40 million back. Negative reviews on the movie would have definitely hurt it, which does go to show you that they were aware that the movie may not have been up to par. That being said, I still quite enjoyed it for what it was. I liked Cloverfield Paradox, problems and all. Same with what I liked about 10 Cloverfield Lane. But this true dedicated sequel to Cloverfield is what I want. You guys have no fucking idea. Like, you have no idea. That's what I want, right? I'm not even kidding you. Go back July 2007. I'm at my theater. We threaded up Transformers. We're showing Transformers. This trailer pops on the screen, right? Unnamed trailer, found footage showing a party. Shit gets crazy in New York, and then it just, you see the head of the Statue of Liberty fall, and then it just says 118 or 01/18/08. And that was the website. And man, I dove in. I dove into the ARG. I was in it to win it. Hooked on it for months. Hooked on it for years. Still to this day, love that movie and love what they've done with it. And I like them to kind of find a way to continue going forward while still maybe, doing these anthology-esque type films, but still bringing them back to normal or to where things are. And again, if they're giving us a true dedicated sequel to Cloverfield, I am definitely 100% on board with that. Now, going back to Overlord here, it does say that the footage lived up to the hype. There's eerie shots of dead soldiers hanging from trees, genetically modified Nazis, and disembodied and fanged heads. The film follows a band of paratroopers who find themselves behind enemy lines in a colorful nod to history. The preview contains Paramount Pictures logo from the 1940s, and the movie opens on October 26, 2018. That is a few months away. I'm hoping that there will be more coming out of this from Comic-Con, although Paramount doesn't traditionally go to Comic-Con. I don't even know what we're going to be seeing there this year. But the movie sounds good, and that's okay that it's not tied to Cloverfield as a whole. I was wondering how they were going to do it. I get the Cloverfield Paradox, like how that whole thing kind of tied in. I get what they kind of were doing with 10 Cloverfield Lane, but it makes sense that maybe, just maybe, JJ realizes that this was not the right course of action. Because there's been the rumor that the reason why Cloverfield Paradox was not as connected as it could have been was because he got called in to do Star Wars Episode 9, and he wasn't able to kind of give it his final touch. So if Bad Robot is in fact working on a true dedicated Cloverfield sequel, the question is it going to be a sequel to 2008's movie? Is it going to be a sequel to 10 Cloverfield Lane? Is it going to be a sequel to Cloverfield Paradox? Because we don't know We do not know which world they went back to in the end of that movie. It gives us an idea, but we still, we still do not know. So I don't know where things are going to be with this right now. But I want to know more. And trust me, I will be following this like a true crime detective. I'm going to be anything involving Cloverfield sequel, I will be talking about. So look forward to that. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's going to be, you think they should drop it ultimately? Do you think they should give us like what happens after the Hammerfall project on New York at the end of Cloverfield? Is Clovey dead? Was it a nuke? Did the nuke take it out? What about, the Cloverfield paradox? That Cloverfield, is that monster in this universe? Is it another one just all these years later? What about the aliens in 10 Cloverfield Lane? How do they tie in? There are things here that are going to be interesting, and I really hope some YouTubers out there very much can break it all down, because I like watching their videos because I'm far too lazy to do it myself. But I hope you guys aren't far too lazy to comment. Let me know your thoughts below. I am curious. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support it, the best way to do is to share it around, or Patreon, $1 helps out. And I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.